Hello, welcome back. We are going to explore our lost estate that our uncle frickin' gambled away in a dice game. That prick. So let's go. Wow, that's a fine how do you do.
I'll deal with it.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder how I get the
I can't move.
whoa.
Look away. But don't get full.
I wonder how I get to the abilities behind my front ones down in the bottom. Oh, there we go. Right trigger. Gotcha. Okay. Take all that shit. Let's explore for a little while here.
For Eldon.
For good or ill, the Imperium has put its stamp on Thedas forever. The old Imperial Highway is still in use across most of Thedas. Oh, I don't know. The ruins of Tevinter fortresses and centers of magical study still litter our landscape long after the glory of Imperium dimmed. But the influence of the ancient empire goes deeper than this. Without Tevinter, there would have been no blights, no Andrast, no Chantry. Every aspect of our world would be altered. The might and majesty of the Imperium... Alright. The might and majesty of the Imperium may have faded, but it still makes its presence known, even in the most distant corners of Thedas. Every child has been brought up on stories of Tevinter, as it is now, a decadent nation, ruled by the Archon and his court of magisters. Archon, probably Archon. His court of magisters, great and no doubt corrupt lords. Their chantry a mockery of our own. Their black divine, a man chosen from the ranks of the Minrathus, circle of magi. The Maker's most hallowed law. Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Perverted. Mages in the Imperium say their most sacred duty is to serve man, and they serve best by wielding political power. And the worst, that which blessed Andrast must weep to see. All this is built on a foundation of slavery. While most nations forbid the buying and selling of slaves within their own borders, nearly everyone ships her people to the Imperium for sale, skirting the prohibitions against such atrocities and feeding the Imperium's endless hunger for bodies. To fight the Quinari, to work the mines and quarries, to build the palaces of the magisters, to sweep the crumbling streets, and to turn middens and serve at the whim of their mage overseers. Sister Petrine sounds pretty salty. So much salt. What's this over here? Oh, led us right to where we're supposed to be anyways.
Not even that mage.
Let's just go this way then. I'm not gonna read everything, that'd take way too long. I love world building, but I don't know how entertaining listening to someone read is, so. I don't really watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch this one guy, Square One Games. He's pretty damn good. He has editing and all that stuff down. He's very, very professional. I just don't like some of his the way he promises things and doesn't deliver. I'm more or less just, I'm not going to promise you anything.
Let's finish this.
And if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to live my life. The YouTube thing is not anything besides a nice little way to get me to play games. Yeah.
Can we go home? Maybe Spawn left our house.
The hell? There was just some like thugs over here. You shouldn't be around here, little girl. Let's just go to our place. Let's check this exclamation point right quick. What's up, Townsy?
Tom
Tom Wise, sorry.
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenril. Been a while.
It's been a while.
Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Right? Debilitating poison. Crafting. You can order bombs and poisons bombs if you discover the right combination of resources along with the recipe. Resources you discovered are permanently available to craftsmen by placing any order an order costs money. To apply poisons to a melee weapon or throw a bomb. Ah! Not fast enough. Okay. Good to know. Probably never use them because I'm not that big of a poison kind of guy. The only game I really used poisons in was Witcher 3, and that's only if I had trouble beating the thing.
I think this is the cellar door. Let's go in and see why Gamlin lied.
You got it, Bethany. That's your name, right? Yeah. I was talking about the YouTube thing, how I watch Square One games on YouTube. I every once in a while I'll turn on Giant Bomb quick looks and stuff, but I'm more or less just there for the podcast and like their game series, like Kerbal Space Program and Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Scanlan. Their playthrough of Life is Strange, I was addicted to that. Oh. You know, the bow's not really doing it for me, honestly. Alright, let's just do a nice little freeze frame there. 1, 2. There you go, freeze that. And then 1, 2, freeze that. And then boom. There you go. If you want to read that, just pause the screen. Oh, nice. Take that. Take all this stuff until I'm over-encumbered. Over-encumbered. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. That was pretty lame. That guy's done. Whoa. Why are all you guys in my cellar? Like, what's... I hope they explain this. Oh. Okay. Let's go in here. Grab that. Portrait of my mom. Awesome. Portrait of the past. Oh boy. Jesus, I should probably read this. Okay. It's truly sad what happened to the MLs, isn't it? I still remember grandmother talking about the balls and that Lord Aristide used to hold at their estate, and Antivin violin players and dancers from Afsana. Man, they're just throwing it all at me. No expense was spared, and no one would dare miss it, lest someone think they weren't worthy of an invitation. And then poor Revka had the child. Magical talent, running in one of Kirkwall's most prominent families. The Templars had considered Lord Arstride to be Viscount after Threnhold's arrest. Can you imagine the scandal had he been chosen? They whisked the child away to the Circle, and the Amels simply had no luck after that. Leandra ran off with a Ferelden mage, and then Damien was accused of smuggling. Poor Lord Faustin almost bankrupt his family trying to get the charges dropped. But I hear Viscount Marlowe simply wanted the Amels out of the picture, and it worked too, didn't it? By the time Lord Faustin got sick, there was only young Gamlin left, and a mountain of debt. I spoke to Dulce just the other day, and apparently Gamlin is now living in some low-town shack. Sounds like the sort of character you'd cross the street to avoid. And let's not even talk about the estate. Mother says we should remember the Amels because that sort of thing could happen to any of us. You know the saying, a marcher's fortune rises and falls with the tide. If you ask me, this is just another misfortune that magic brings to honest folk. Andraste helped that poor family, whatever lies in store for them. Excerpt from a letter written by Lady Amel de Montfort. So, poor Revka had the child. Can you imagine the scandal? They whisked the child away to the Circle, and the Amels had no luck after that. Leandra ran off with the Ferelden mage. So who was the child that got whisked away?
The Amel crest. Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
You're telling me, sis. Let's get out. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back to my sword. Use this, I guess. I wonder why this is Aurum. I wonder what that does. It requires 13 dexterity, so I'm assuming that's good. I don't know. Hey!
Now you fall! Face me! I stand for all of us!
Whoa.
I'm stuck!
Bastard. You dead. Damn it.
Go down!
Get all this crap. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Don't ever say I never did anything for you. Anything for you. Uh-oh.
Watch your step!
Enemy mages possess an array of defenses, including shielding spells that make them highly invulnerable. Nigh invulnerable. This advantage cast spells that when attack can interrupt them. Ah. Simple trap, simple trap, simple trap.
Bianca's starting to get bored.
Whoops. We want to go at the mage. I don't know where the mage is. Oh, you're in oil or some shit.
It's too far.
Let's do
I'll
this.
deal with this.
Done. Master slaver. He's a master
All
slaver.
set.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
That should do it.
Everything we want to know about our family is inside.
Everything? Well, let's see if there's anything up here. No. Okay. Nice. 9 gold. Grandfather's ML's will and testament. Superior Mall. Nice.
This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
Let's go.
We'll take it to her right now.
Just gonna check that achievement right quick. A friend in need. Of course, it'll take forever. Oh. Upgrade the armor of one of your party members. Got it.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality.
What a dick.
It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here.
Ah, jeez.
I should...
What a dick. Get him out of here.
To my daughter
Just
Leandra
kill him.
and all children born of her. The estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Check out the part where Gamlin is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlin, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
You'll spend the rest of your life paying my mother back for what you stole.
Andraste's ass, I will.
I don't expect
Let me just kill him.
Gamlin. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Hell yeah. Get him out of here. We should just kill that Joker. Birthright. Birthright achievement unlocked. What's up, Bethany? How you doing, Mom?
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
Can we move to the estate now, Mom?
Grandmother didn't want you to leave. She tried holding on to you the only way she knew.
She would have been so proud of you. You're everything she wanted in an Amel grandchild. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a knee that wasn't scraped or trousers without holes.
That's harsh. That's a little bit laying it on thick. I think this would be best for everyone.
The last thing Carver would want is more crying.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising, and that was it.
Blame the Darkspawn, not yourself.
The ogre would have been happy with any prey.
Oh,
It was
come
my
on,
fault
Mom.
It was Carver. I miss him. There were 4 of us when the Blight began. It will never be over while there are just 3. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartrand's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Carver, but with luck, I could at least give us a home.
Hell yeah. You dick.
So, what? Are you here to gloat? Gamlen's the idiot again. Gamlen's the fool who can't hold his money when it's given in a bloody silver basket.
Pretty much.
Tried, you know, when Leandra left. But no one was ever going to live up to her.
I've seen the nobles in this town. Your parents must have had a fortune. Where did it all go?
Well, it's not like I stood at the side of the wharf and hurled it over. I tried to invest it. I got some good tips on trade in Kunari cheeses.
Yeah,
And,
right.
you know, a man's got needs. I'm not denying I spent more on myself than I should have, but I figured it'd all work out.
What was she like, as a girl?
We're only a year apart. But that was time enough for Leandra to get our parents wrapped firmly around her little finger.
Oh,
We
where,
showed her
where?
off at every opportunity. The
Hear
beauty,
this?
the scholar,
World's smallest
light of
violin.
their lives. As far as they were concerned, they should have stopped there.
You know what? You're pathetic.
Don't make excuses.
I changed their filthy sheets and wiped their chins through 2 bouts of the cholera, and the last word Father said was... Leandra. I'm not looking for love. But at least I got the money.
And here I was, just about to like you.
Yeah, you're an ass. What's going on, Bethany?
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlen stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I could never turn against my own sister like that.
You're a better person than Gamlen could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
They might have been all right with the Ferelden thing. But just imagine if they'd known you were an apostate.
You're such a wretch. I was just hoping it would be different this time. Here in Kirkwall. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
What do you mean, running away again?
Did you think I don't know? How often we had to move because the Templars were coming. I know how much you all sacrificed to protect me. But
It
we're
ain't
at
no
the end
big
of the line
thing.
now. There's nowhere left to run. And there's something almost comforting in that.
Can you imagine if we'd grown up here? Been nobility?
Had grandparents who bought us all liege and silk dresses with lace petticoats. Father was a good man, but Mother gave up so much for him. Of course, if she hadn't worked up the nerve to elope, she probably wouldn't have been able to resist the Templars either. If we'd been born here, you'd be nothing more to me than a name the Circle kept in my file.
A big-ass black circle just popped up on my screen. I gotta check something out quick. Alright, I'm not seeing anything, so... hope my computer's not burning down.
What do you think Carver would have made of all this?
He would have hated this place. All the sneering nobles. He'd have gotten himself arrested the first day. And he would have wanted in on your Deep Roads expedition. Anything to make a name for himself. Sometimes I still can't believe he's gone.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death. It's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of what she lost, it will help. I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first, I was just a little girl. They didn't want to lose me. And once I had learned anything, what would the Templars do to an active apostate, not just a mageblood child? It changed their lives, your life, Carver's, all because of who I am. Sometimes I wonder if it would have been so bad to be with my own kind. To serve the Chantry, as Andraste demands.
Don't get too comfortable.
Let's see if Mother gets us that mansion. I don't want to call anywhere Uncle Gamlin is home.
Has he moved that bowl of porridge since we've been here? It's been a year. I can't even remember what it was like to have a place of our own. I might even take the Circle if they'll give me a clean bed and my own sheets.
Hell yeah. Oh. Alright. What's up, Harry? You right there, Harry?
I'll let you sleep.
Huh? Ah, you're awake. Okay, there you go. That is episode... What? Gamlen's back. Motherfucker. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you tomorrow. Peace.